Breaking news. Australia to anger China with £4 billion surveillance drones to SPY on South China Sea. Australia will invest nearly £4 billion in surveillance drones to patrol and spy on the activity in surrounding waters and specifically the disputed South China Sea, in a bid to increase its maritime security. Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has said he will spend £3.875 billion, $6.9 billion Australian dollars, on long-range surveillance drones. The government's plans are set to cost Australia more than double the original estimated price. The decision to spend over £3.8 billion is aimed at enhancing Australia's anti-submarine warfare and maritime strike capability, along with protection and making the region more secure. The multi-billion-dollar military investment was announced on Tuesday, with Canberra declaring they will buy 6 Northrop Grumman MQ-4C Triton remotely piloted aircrafts from the U.S. Navy. Australian Minister for the Defence Industry Christopher Pyne backed the investment, even though it is now costing the Australian taxpayer more than double the estimated amount which was first released in 2016. Mr. Pyne told MPs, "One of the most important things we do as a nation as part of the Five Eyes is the reconnaissance and surveillance of the Indian Ocean, the Pacific, Southeast Asia and of course to Antarctica." The Australian minister also told Sky News the operational area of the drones will cover the South China Sea. He added Australia insists on its rights for free movement in the region. China has continued to reject the claims as Beijing considers the waters of the South China Sea its national territory. Mr. Pyne added, "Australia is responsible for about 10% of the world's surface into the Indian Ocean, the Pacific, down to Antarctica up into the South China Sea. In addition to spying over the South China Sea, the drones will also be used to monitor vessels in Australian waters, including other countries' naval vessels, watch out for illegal fishing activity, and people smuggling. The Northrop Grumman MQ-4C Triton has the same wingspan as a Boeing 737 and can remain airborne for over 30 hours a time. This will enable the aircraft enough time to monitor an area of around 40,000 square kilometers. The Sydney Morning Herald said, "The aircraft will easily be able to complete a lap of the South China Sea after taking off from the Northern Territory." The Australian government expects to see the aircraft in service by 2023, while the full fleet is hoped to be in use by the end of 2025. The 6 Northrop Grumman MQ-4C Tritons are set to join the Australian Air Force's existing fleet of P-8A Poseidon aircrafts. A government statement said the new aircrafts will undertake a range of intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance tasks. China's claims over the region are challenged by several other countries, including Vietnam, Brunei, Malaysia, and the Philippines. However, earlier this week China's leader Xi Jinping said, "We cannot lose even 1 inch of the territory left behind by our ancestors. What is other people's we do not want at all." The U.S., which Australia views as its most important defense ally, is adamant about the freedom of navigation in the area and often orders its warships to sail through the disputed waters.